My loves, how are you guys doing? I'm not sure who this word is for, but I want to just say this. When I got this word, the Lord was very specific in what he was showing me, but what I was hearing was she wants your crown, okay? And here's what's really crazy about the situation. The person that is after your crown or that wants your crown, it's not like your typical type of person. It's like you would think this person didn't have their own crown, or you would think this person was going through something in their life to where they want to take it from you. But the way how God is showing it to me is like the person has their own crown. It's like the person's also moving forward. It's like the person is also elevating in their life. They have their own crown, but the problem is that they're so focused on your crown, they're losing sight of their own crown, right? I'm not sure if your crown has more diamonds in their crown or whatever, but regardless, your crown won't even fit their head anyways. Y'all have two different head shapes, right? But it's like they want your crown, even though they know that they have their own crown, and even though they know that they're moving ahead in their own life. So it just shows to tell you that even those who are elevating, and even those who seem like they're in a good position, they can be that very same person that is after what you have. And and here's how you'll know. I'm not sure who this is for, but it could be someone that's around you, like a friend, and the friend looks like they're elevating. And here's the thing, it may not even be like I said, it's not someone that's doing bad. It's someone that, it could be someone that you're probably the one doing bad. You're probably like, wait, I don't even have much for you to be jealous of, or I don't have much for you to want, or you're doing way better than me. How come you want what I have and I don't even have what you have? You have way more than me. But it's not about what you don't have. It's about where you're going to be. It's about what God has in store for you. This person can see that. They also can possibly see your potential as to like where you're going to be. Like it may be a situation where your mentality, your personality, who you are as a person today may be someone that's going to elevate in the future, because it's kind of like this person be looking at you like, wow, she's smart or she's intelligent, and if she's like this now and she's whatever age, imagine 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, they could be looking at it like that. But the way how God is showing it to me, this person's not in a bad position. Like they're very much well off, but they're losing sight of their own blessings, focusing on your blessings. And it's like they're not focusing on their mission. They're not focusing on their own path, their own purpose. And that's a problem. And the way how God was showing it to me too is he mentioned Saul and David as an example. Like David wasn't even in Saul's position at first. You get what I'm saying? Like David was helping Saul at some point. Like what I mean by that is David was Saul's servant at one point. Saul was king and David was Saul's servant at one point. So David was, if you looked at it from that perspective, David is kind of like a little bit below Saul. Like he's not even on the status of Saul, but because Saul saw David's potential and Saul saw David's prophecy, Saul started to become threatened by David, because even though David was wearing a crown and Saul's wearing a crown, David's not king yet, but Saul's king, Saul still felt threatened by David. And here's the thing, had Saul focused on his own crown and his position as being king and focused on what God needed him to do, even though, yes, God did give David his position, God would have helped Saul out. God probably would have put Saul in a different type of position that's according to his will for Saul. But Saul wasn't humble. You see what I'm saying? Saul wasn't humble, and he was greedy, and he wanted what David had. Even though Saul had his own relationship with God and Saul had his own anointing at one point. And, Saul was upset because David was receiving a lot more. You get what I'm saying? But he lost sight of his own blessings and became very ignorant, and he wasn't humble, and then guess what, he lost everything. So whoever this is for, yeah, there's someone around you who wants your crown, and you would never think it's this person because they look like they're doing better than you, or they look like they're well off. You get what I'm saying? And your crown doesn't have to just mean like a crown on your head. You get what I'm talking about? It's like your life. It could be like the person sees everything associated with your crown. They see that husband that's coming in your life. They see the career God has in store for you. They may see a lot of stuff prophetically, and they're kind of like, wait, God, I have a crown too. But here's the thing. They may have their own person coming in. They may have their own purpose coming in. They have all these blessings coming in for them, but they can't see that because they're so focused on your crown. That's the problem, So I just want to, say whoever this is for, this is your confirmation. Also, and don't worry, they can't get your crown because y'all ain't got the same head size, okay? But regardless, what's for you is for you, okay? And I also want to say this, if there's anyone in the other position, remember something. We all have crowns, okay? We all have crowns, and God has something in store for all of us. I want you guys to understand, when you see someone who is in a position that they're doing good, or even if they're not doing good, if you see something great about the person and something that's ahead for the person, remember something. Be inspired, but don't make it get to a point where now you want what this person has. You get what I'm saying? Remember that what God has for you is for you. And sometimes God will surprise you. Sometimes it may look like someone is doing better, and it may look like they're in a better position, and you may be like, oh, I wish I had that, or I want that. And you're not focused on your own path. You're not focused on what it is you have and the blessings that God has for you. And then before you know it, God can remove whatever he had for you because of how you're feeling towards someone else, and not realizing that you had your own blessings ahead. Okay. Let's look at it from the other perspective now. So imagine you see someone who's doing good and you're happy for them, and you want a life like that, but you're still focusing on your own mission. You're focusing on your own purpose. It may end up happening to where later on, in a couple years from now, you may end up being in a better position than the person that you're admiring and wanting to be like, or wanting to take from, right? So it's always important for you to focus on your life, focus on what God has for you. Yes, be inspired from people, but remember something. You have your own crown just like they have their own crown. Do you get what I'm saying? And focus on your own crown so you don't lose sight of it, because the more you focus on what someone else has and you wish you had what they have, you will end up losing sight on what it is you already have. And then how is God going to bless you with more if you're not content with what you already have, right? But even then, yeah, this goes for both sides, I guess, right? But if you're someone that's doing this, yeah, just focus on your own crown, okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.